Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of AvidMax Tying Tuesdays. Today's fly is the SLF Baetis Nymph. This is the new Firehole 718 hook. It was recently released. It's a really sweet hook. It has a similar profile to a 200R from Tiemco, if you're familiar with that one. Just an extra wide gap and a barbless tactical style point on it that you get from Firehole, which is really cool. It's a really nice looking hook. I'm going to use a Vivis brown thread. This is the 10-aught today. And then we have a couple of cool dubbings. These are the synthetic living fiber dubbings from Dave Whitlock, some awesome blends from him. I'm using the Red Squirrel Nymph Thorax on the thorax. And then for the abdomen, we're going to use this Dub Snowbug Tan. Some cool colors there, makes a great fly. For the legs then, I'm going to use some of these Fluoro fibers, the brown Fluoro fiber, and then we'll rib it out with some small copper wire. And our tail is going to be some of these Coke de Leon dark speckled Corzuno in color. All right, so we're using the new Firehole 718 hook here. This is an awesome hook from them. It's their brand new hook, definitely something to check out if you haven't seen it. We're going to start our thread right on the hook shank here and work back to tie in our tail. So we're going to go just right to where that hook bend starts, and then I'm going to grab about 15 fibers or so of this Coke de Leon, the dark speckled Corzuno color. Just make sure you try and keep those tips aligned. You can stack them if you have to, but I always just try and pull them off, and that is good enough for me. So we'll tie this in with a couple of locking wraps right here on the back of toward the back of the fly. Make sure you got the length that you'd like there and all that. And we can clip out our tag end. From there, I'm going to rib our fly today with a little bit of copper wire, small copper wire. So we're going to tie that in right on the side of the hook shank here. And secure that down nicely before we come to dub the abdomen. So starting right at the back, we're going to use some of this SLF dubbing. There's some awesome blends from Dave Whitlock and this SLF dubbing that he's got going. A lot of them are created specifically for some of his flies, but they're versatile enough to use on many different patterns. So we're going to just dub our body in here. This really is just basically a Barza merger utilizing some different materials here. It's more of a natural coloration for certain mayflies. Depending on what you're tying, you change it up a little bit, do some olives for certain BWOs and just whatever you're trying to match out there. So this one today is just going to be kind of a natural brown coloration. So we'll work up just to where we're going to do our thorax there, a little bit past our halfway point, and then we're going to half hitch out and rib our wire. We'll do 5 or 6 wraps there before we capture it off and tie it down. Once you have it captured, you can spin it on out of there. And we will tie in what is going to be our backing and the legs / wings or wing buds of this fly. And we're going to tie that in right on top. This is the Fluoro fibers in a brown color. Just come back to where we want our thorax to be. Again, just a little bit past that halfway point, working forward. Measure out what that's going to look like. And then we can dub out this section of our fly. Use just a little bit of a darker blend. This is the Red Squirrel Nymph Thorax color. Really nice color from Dave Whitlock and his SLF dubbings. So nice tight noodle. Just a little bit of dummy wax to help you out there. Don't get carried away though. And since it's got some different fibers in there, some are going to be a little bit more picky than others. So that wax definitely helps out a lot. I'll just make a slight bulbous thorax here for our fly. Before we come up and bring our backing material over. So right over the top, just kind of getting it to lay flat. You can capture it down, keeping it on top there. And lock it in, and then we're going to take these fibers and we're just going to try and split them down the middle as best we can. Making things nice and even here. There we go, and then we're going to pull them back. So just like pheasant tail, again, bars of merger, same style of tie for the legs of your mayfly imitation here. And so I'm just going to kind of work back, playing with them, kind of getting them to lay where I would like them to be, nice and even. Like so, you can see they're splaying out pretty well, nicely and evenly. And then I'm going to whip finish a few times on the front there. Clip out our thread. And then we're going to clip our legs to length. So I always like to just kind of pull them back together up high. And I can use that thorax. Kind of a measuring point. I want them to just go past that, so I'm going to cut a little bit long, just like so. Just make sure they're where I want them. Looks good. Just going to add a little bit of Zap-A-Gap to this for durability. There's a finished SLF Baetis. Very effective fly. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. If you have a fly you'd like to see us tie in the future, leave us a comment below. For more fly fishing and outdoor related videos, subscribe to the AvidMax YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.
My heart over my mind, I'm not over